can weakness become strength? In reality, we experience frustrations in our lives. And in those moments, we'll want to give up, or where we feel that enough is enough. Also, we might consider what we can do in revenge. But my question for you, thinking back on Jesus' experience and the travesty, discrimination, and ignorance that he experienced from the people around him, he endured all that and never pondered and considered revenge. He realized that these people had a lack of faith. He also noticed that they needed a guide. They needed support. And that can be a challenge for us to guide and support these people. As deaf people, we experience a lot of discrimination, picking on, and ignorance. Sometimes we might say, these other people, they don't understand me, and I don't need them, and push them off to the side. But does that help us and them to be in relationship to each other? Does that help us to become a family? Are we acting as brothers and sisters in Christ? So what can we do? Looking back on my days in seminary, we had full 2-day workshops that were focusing on helping the seminarians to understand what it's like to live with a disability. Whether that be blindness, deafness, a disability that you need a wheelchair for, etc. So for 2 full days, seminarians had an opportunity to live as if they had a disability. After that experience, they said, wow, I've never realized that these people with these disabilities have to be enduring a lot. They're really strong. They're strong to accept their weakness. And that weakness for them is not a weakness, but it becomes a strength as they accept it and they can do things. So really for us, our responsibility as brothers and sisters in Christ is to teach and educate people about our deafness. For example, maybe you can explain the benefits of being deaf. For example, when you're asleep during a thunderstorm, you don't hear any of the noise of the thunder. Or if you're at a restaurant and there's loud music and you're talking with your friends. Hearing people often are aggravated by the loud music, but we can continue to talk in sign language. So many hearing people are shocked when they hear that and when you take the time to describe what living with deafness is like. And honestly, in my experience in the past, if I teach them, they will understand. And you can have a relationship with them. And that's how our weaknesses can become strengths. Why do people go to church on Sunday? To receive Jesus in the Eucharist. That is a reminder to us of the cross, of Jesus hanging on the cross. In that suffering, he experienced so much discrimination, misunderstanding, and mockery from the people. But Jesus knew that they needed help, that they needed to fully understand. And through his example, he was able to make us strong. And the Eucharist helps us to recognize our weaknesses, to accept them, and showing us how we can make those weaknesses strengths. Can you imagine life without the Eucharist, without receiving it every Sunday? How can weakness become strong? With Christ, weakness can become a strength. It can. God bless you.